We're here with the champ, George Kambosos Jr. Del, we're excited to be in here, mate. It's just a pleasure to be down in your training ring. How excited are you in the lead up to the fight?
Yeah, look, it's great. You know, this is my home. This is where I put in the hard work, and you know, the championship training camp. I've got my American team here, my Australian team, and you know, we were putting the work. We had a great session this morning. We're sparring, we're hitting the pads, we're doing the bag work, and it's all happened here at the Ferocious Boxing Gym. So look, we are ready for June 5th.
Yeah, 100%. Look, we're being in team sports, but individually, obviously, you've got a really good squad around you. Obviously, we saw when you fought Lopez. Can you tell us, like, what was that like? Just the feeling. I think you said you just knew that was your time.
Yeah, look, it was a great victory, great win for Australian, not only boxing, but Australian sport in itself. To win and bring all these beautiful belts back home. What a moment. But for the doubters too, the people that didn't believe in me, the people that said, no chance, 13-1 underdog, I knew inside myself how hard I prepared for that fight. I left no stone unturned like I do in every preparation. And I knew I would be victorious. I'd win this fight and I would bring these beautiful belts back home to Australia. And then I would fight in a mega stadium fight like I am June 5th. So everything I say, you know, comes to the truth, you know. So
Marvel Stadium,
it's going to be packed. 60,000.
Yeah.
Like, what are the nerves when you step into the ring, but in front of those sort of crowds?
Look, I'm excited because I haven't fought in Australia for 5 years. I've been on the road, doing it hard, trying to get my opportunity. Finally, I did get my opportunity to beat Teofimo Lopez and take his belt. So now that we're coming back home, and look, sales are gone through the roof. Ringside's gone, corporate suites are gone, sold out within 30 hours. You've got about 15 to 20,000 on the wait list for pre-sales tomorrow, which they drop at 9 a.m. So if you're looking at up to 12 tickets can be bought per person, this is a sellout tomorrow. So buy your tickets, get there. I can't wait to put on a show and send this American back home.
Well, mate, you've done such a great job, but the Australian boxing, now the boxing's starting to get some credibility. I mean, there was a time there, you know, obviously a lot of the footballers tried to box, but you guys are the real deal. You know, I was one of those blokes. I learned hard and fast that these guys are different. But all the boxers, because of what you're doing on the world stage now, you must be really proud of that.
Yeah, look, we've got a great fighters coming through in Australian boxing, and you know, for me to be the top guy, the guy who went out and achieved it and showed the blueprint to be able to achieve this, and there it is. There's the hardware to show that you can do this. You know, it's amazing, and I just keep winning, keep bringing the big fights. I'm not here to take no easy fights. That's why I took Devin Haney. I want the best names. I want to keep beating the best names and bringing real fights back to Australia. Australian public have gone through a period where, you know, the fights were a joke. So I can't do that. After the hard, you know, journey I've been on, I need to fight the best, beat the best, and keep proving, you know, why I'm the greatest fighter in Australian history.
Speaking of Devin Haney, what's the process? What's the mindset going into a fight like this, and how to break him down?
I see many holes. I've seen holes throughout his whole career, and I'm just so excited to get in the ring with him. The camp that we're having already with my American team and my Australian team, we are ready to fight today. If he was here right now, let's fight today. Let's do it. So I'll break him down June 5th. I believe I'm going to drown him. He's in a world of pain, and you know, he's losing that piece that he has, that belt that he never got to earn in the ring. He will lose that belt, and I'll continue to defend my beautiful belts.
You're a rugby league player as a junior. Tell us about the upbringing and then obviously the switch to boxing.
The Warilla Gorillas, eh?
Yes, Guami Gorillas, over 100 games. So I love my footy. I'm a mad Roosters man, as everyone knows, and you know, I'm always going to the games and watching the boys play. And I actually spoke to the boys a few weeks ago before the start of the season, and you know, just gave them that motivation about that warrior code that Robbo's trying to, you know, put into them, and you're showing it in their games now. So I love the footy. But I chose the right road.
Who's your favourite? Who's your favourite Roosters players? Who do you like watching? You know, over your time, because I know you were saying as a 9-year-old, when the Roosters used to lose, you used to cry. I couldn't imagine that. That's how much you loved your footy, but
that's how much I love my footy, love my team, and the passion I have, but also that competitive nature to win. I hate losing. If you tell me we've got to race to the door, I'll make sure that I'll win right now. I know you're a winger, but I'm going to try my best to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
But look, all the great, you know, Minicello, you know, Brad Fittler, all these legends, Adrian Morley back in the day. So
how tough was he?
Tedesco now. So you know, we had a great side, and obviously a great side now, and you know, I wish the boys all the best.
You like the new generation, like young Sam Walker. You know, like these young kids coming through. He's only 19. What advice would you give these young kids now? Because you pretty much. You live a pretty, you know, straight and narrow life. You're one of the healthiest and you're one of the fittest, you know, athletes going around. These 19-year-olds like Sammy Walker, who's an absolute talent. What advice would you give him?
Look, it's tough at that age because the bright lights, the exposure to everybody, the media, but you need to be entrenched in what you do, your love for the sport. and obviously that is rugby league, and for your teammates around you. In football and rugby league, if one player, slacks off, that affects the whole team. Now, in boxing, obviously, I can't slack off because it'll show in the ring. So stay focused, keep training hard, and I'm sure you'll do great things.
And you're a Swannies man as well. He's a Swannies man as well.
Yes.
But he's fighting a Marvel. He's got to get around.
So I thought, look, I'm a Swannies man, obviously being in Sydney, but with Marvel Stadium, I go for the Richmond Tigers, and it's fantastic.
Now in the Triple M studio, Del comes at me a bit, and he throws a few and duck and weave a bit. But what's your suggestion for someone small like me to get? How do you fight against a tall bloke? Like, how do you get in? Do you have to wear a couple on the way in? What do you do?
Look, boxing, you're going to wear a couple, but the best thing is your feet, your footwork, in and out. Create the movement, create the distance, create the angles, and before you know it, you'll be landing 2, 3, 4. You'll be out and throwing more, and Big Bill's going to be chasing. Think, where are you going?
See, I find hard. I've boxed a couple of times. I know nothing like you. The southpaw, I got tagged by a southpaw one time, and it's quite different. So that's when you try and sort of shape up to me. He shapes up to me, so I don't bully him, but we have a bit of fun with it.
Mate, the belts are sitting down behind here. We've got the photos up here. What's some of the proudest moments?
Everything, every moment in my career, because it all led to that big moment, November 27th at Madison Square Garden, where I beat the pound for pound best fighter in the world, the guy that was supposedly untouchable. I beat him and I beat him up, but now we move on to bigger and better things. I'm never content, and the most important thing is after that fight, I said, okay, how do we get better? I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I won these belts, beautiful, but how do we get better? How do we become a better fighter? So all great moments in my career, and I love looking at them, but there's more to go. And
Can you take us through Madison Square Garden? You get the tap on the door, you're up. Can you tell us about the euphoria, the crowd, how you're feeling when you walk out? That must be the best feeling. Obviously the most loneliest feeling, because it's you, obviously your team, but all those people, obviously all the viewers, and that's your moment.
It was a moment where I was in his hometown. He's a Brooklyn boy, so that 5,000-6,000 people were his people, his crowd. I'd be lucky if I had 20 people there that were supporting me. So they booed me. They were saying all types of things, but I was so zoned in, so entrenched in what I had to do that night, and I was prepared to die in the ring to win that fight. And I knew that you boo me now, or when I win this fight and I beat your boy, I will be applauded. And when I sat on top of the ropes, blood everywhere, they applauded me.
My man, respect.
We wish
you
all the best.
We wish you all the
best. We're right behind you.
I appreciate it.
Fans.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
We'll be there, mate. We are team George, mate,